Hey everyone, Retire on Dividends here. I'm back to make another weekly update to my options trading journey. So, up on the screen right now, if you're new to the series or the channel, these are the option stocks that are on my watch list. These are all pretty much very volatile, either stocks or ETFs that I do trade or have on the list to consider trading. Obviously, there's a couple columns here: ticker, then name, then price, margin maintenance that my broker basically calculates, and then 30-day IV. I don't know why tsll 30-day IV is not updated. A4, yeah, but obviously they have a high IV as well. But anyway, no need to get into that because let's get to the trades. We had a busy week, a lot going on. So let me zoom in the best that I can. Okay, there you go. So starting from the top, Misty had a put. I sold the put originally on Misty back on December 9th. Misty they only offer monthly options, which sucks, but the options chain is amazing. And as you know, Misty pays a hefty distribution. So, it kind of fits the mold on my account on getting high yields. So it's one that I trade in my dividend car account, as most of you know. But I decided, you know what, I'm going to sell a put on Misty. And I did. I sold a put with a $33 strike price at the time. It was about 11 days from expiration, and it was 6.06% out of the money. I got $215 for doing so. So, okay, why the hell not, right? However, Misty actually closed below my strike price, right? If we scroll to the bottom, I have Misty on here. Misty closed yesterday. I'm showing 31.17, right? So if we go back up, what was my strike? My strike was 33. So I got assigned 100 shares at $33. So it's all good. No worries. I'll hold it as long as I need to, and I'll collect the distribution in the meantime. But, again, I'm not treating this as a buy and hold. I'm treating this as an options play. So if MSTR goes down on Monday and MSTY goes down with it, I may consider selling another put for, 1 month out. Or if MSTR goes up on Monday and MSTY goes up, then I'm going to sell a call, probably at a 33 strike, because I don't care if they get taken away. Again, it's all about the options premium. It's not about the distribution income. That's a bonus, of course, but I'm in this game to make options premium. All right, next trades. I had a few others that were done in previous weeks. I had a Soxel call, right, for 31 and 32 from last week. So if I go all the way down to Soxel, when did they close at? 27.30. As you guys know, this week was rough, right? It tanked. The market tanked. So obviously that's good for my calls that I sold. So at the time, what was the price? 29 and 30. So they were 4 and 6% out of the money. But needless to say, those expired worthless because obviously Soxel expired below the strike price of those calls. I also sold a put at $27. Soxel, I think it closed right above 27, we just said. So since it was above 27, then that put also expired worthless, okay? So those were the contracts that I opened the week prior. Because as you know, I strive for weekly options. I try to do trades only, up to 1 week. Sometimes I have to go out maybe 10 days or so into the next week, but obviously, typically it's the coming Friday or the following Friday. And then nothing further except if it's Misty because they only offer monthly contracts, but you get the gist. So as far as this week is concerned, Soxel, I sold a call, $35 strike price. Obviously, we saw Soxel closed at like 27 something. So this $35 call expired worthless. I keep my shares. Collected $49. Woohoo. All right. And then I sold a put on Soxel, $30 strike price. This got assigned. Why? Because Soxel closed below $30. So I got assigned. This means I had to buy the shares at $30 a piece, right? I collected $55 in premium in the meantime. Mara, as you know, I had 100 shares of Mara, so I sold a call. At the time, Mara was at 24.45. I sold a call at 26. I collected $60 in premium. Mara closed at 1996. So obviously that call expired worthless. I kept my 100 shares, and I could sell more calls for next week. We'll see. And then MSTU came out, right? MSTU just had their 10-for-1 split. Now they're affordable. They opened Monday. They were at like $17 or so. And they were green. Man, they were green on Monday. And that was it. And then the rest of the week was history. Down, 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 down. Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, red, 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 red. So anyway, MSTU, I went a little crazy. Not going to be honest. I sold a put at $17, collected $100. Boom. Show me the money. 370% annualized yield. Yeah, I'll take it. Right. I'll get to the rest of MSTU in a second. But in the meantime, I did sell another call on Soxel. I sold calls on all of my Soxel. This one had a strike price of $34.50. Obviously, this one expired worthless because Soxel closed at 27 something. And then the MSTU train continued. I sold another put, 60. So I have a $16 put, $17 put. I even did an $18 put like a dumbass, and I went 5% in the money. Why? I don't know. I just felt like a degenerate. And I also wanted to collect that $200 in premium. So was it a good move? It turns out, no, it actually was not. It was actually a very stupid move. But hey, you live and you learn. I took the risk. It is what it is. And then I sold another put, $14. And then I sold another put for $12. And those are all the puts for MSTU that expired this week. Okay, so if we go to MSTU, what did they close at? They closed at $12.50. My lowest put for that week was 12, right? I was really hoping I'd get assigned because it was like $11.50 throughout the day, $11.80. I'm like, damn, that's perfect for the 12, right? Because that'll lower my cost basis. Unfortunately, it ended up above 12. So this 12 expired worthless. The rest of the MSTUs, they got assigned, okay? The 14 got assigned, the 18 got assigned, the 16 got assigned, and the 17 all got assigned. So I had to buy those shares at those strike prices. And I'll get into the details on, the averages, my cost basis on the MSTU tab in a second. But needless to say, I made a lot of money on MSTU this week. And if you look at the premiums, it's just amazing, right? So go to the first one, $100. Next one, 85, 200, 65, 28. So good stuff. All right. So those are the 1220s. Okay. So now next up, Soxel. What did I do? I sold a put. Sold a put with a $29 strike price, right? Why? Well, why the hell not, right? It actually ended up getting assigned though. I had to buy the shares at $29, but it's all good, right? It's all good. We'll show the details on the other sheet in a second. And then Mara was at what? 22.18 at the time. I felt a little brave. I'm like, I'm going to sell a put at 22 because I currently owned 100 shares at 23. This would lower my cost basis. And Mara actually ended up closing below that, so I did get assigned on that as well. So I got assigned a lot of stuff this week, which is very interesting. I haven't even looked at what my cash position is, but we shall see. Soxel again, and MSTU. I sold a put on Soxel for next week, $26 put, and I sold another put on MSTU for next week, $10. Those are open. Those are pending for next week. Obviously, everything else has been closed, but you guys can see I did a lot of trades this week, all right? There was a lot of activity, and I made a lot of mistakes this week. And I have learned a lot this week because I kind of needed that kick in the ass to remind me, yo, bro, you're messing with double and triple leverage funds. You can't be using as much cash you know, as you have been, right? Because if this happens, you need to be, prepared to save yourself. And so I made a couple mistakes, and I'll go through them, right? First mistake, obviously, well, first mistake was, I definitely used more cash than I should. So I'm gonna start to probably add a rule for myself to keep a cash position of maybe a certain percentage of my account. I don't know what that is, but I may make somewhat of, an ideal rule that I will always keep a percent of cash. As long as I can make, the money that I need to in order to stay on track with my goal income, then I will, hold that percent in cash. The other move that I've been, the mistake I've been making is I'm in Mara, I'm in Soxel, I'm in MSTU. I'm in 3 different funds right now. I got assigned on 3 different funds right now. I don't like being in that position. I typically like messing around with 2 at a time. So that, I kind of got greedy and I messed around with MSTU, even though I'm still stuck in Soxel, even though I'm still in Mara. So if I were to do it over, would I sell puts on MSTU? Well, I mean, I started on Monday. That was the mistake, but it would have been hard to hold it, to not on Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, because the market was going down. But again, my rule is typically 2 funds, but I can do 3 as long as I'm not getting killed. And right now, I'm kind of in a position where I own more than I'd like. Let's just say that. All right. And then obviously the other lesson is being greedy, going in the money, especially when I'm doing 3 positions. I can't be going in the money, right? I can't. MST was at 17. I'm selling the put at 18. Yes, I collected $200 in premium. But now that I look back at that, that screws up now my cost basis. So now I have to live. I ate that $18, right? So, but again, lesson learned, right? Little by little, deep down, I explained this to you. I am a true options degenerate. So I can only control so much. I have greed, right? I want to make a lot of money. But at the same time, I would like to control myself, within reason. So anyway, that being said, those are some of the lessons learned. Let's get to the total for the month. Month to date total for December, $2,564. Obviously, we have next week to go and then a few days the following. So I will break November's record of income, which I need to because, again, I've been getting out of some of the positions that I hold that pay distribution. So I need to make it up in options premium. All right. All right, so now we'll go to the tabs. So again, I have a tab for every fund I've been trading. TSLL, I don't own any right now. TNA, nothing pending. BitX, nothing pending. By the way, TNA is in my range now. You see it's at 42.88. I would love to be in TNA, but I can't because I'm stuck in 3 others. All right, let's go right to Soxel. So here's my Soxel information. So right now, I got assigned, obviously, these 2 shares right here, right? Or these 200 shares at 29 and 30. So now they are a part of the group. I own how many shares? 600 shares, okay? Because look, these got assigned, right? These here, I did a 1-to-1, essentially no capital appreciation. I sold, calls at that cost basis, and those got assigned. So there's 300 shares that are gone. However, I still had 400 up here. And then now I have 200 here. So now I have 600 shares of Soxel with a cost basis of $31.83. Soxel is at $27.30. If Soxel decides to go up green on Monday, then I will sell calls at this cost basis. Well, obviously I'd do 32, anything above that cost basis. So if Soxel goes down, I may break up these shares, maybe 1-to-1, maybe just, maybe I'll put the 30 and the 29 together. I don't know. I'll have to figure it out. But again, I want to be on both sides of it. I want to sell puts and I want to sell calls. As long as I have this position, I'm going to do my best to make, maximum profit that I can, being a Soxel holder. But I still think it's cheap. I still think we're due. I think we're in for a Green Monday, but what the hell do I know? In reality, I hope we're in for a Green Monday. So, we shall see. Put party. Right now I just have one pending put, $26 put. Obviously, that's in a good spot because right now Soxel's at 27.30, but you never know, man. You never know. That could get assigned, and then I could own 700 shares, right? But we are in the wheel, right? My first put on Soxel got assigned 11.14, and we're still in this wheel. We're making money. I'm not going to lose money. I'm not going to take a loss on any of this. I'm going to make it work, and I'm going to make money, all right? So Soxel, that's my largest position, all right? And I'm going to make sure I get out of this, in the end, either with a capital gain or capital flat. Obviously, in the process, making massive amounts of premium. All right, up next, I do have now a Misty tab because I got assigned. Now, this position is a little different than the others because I don't really give a damn if I'm a bag holder on Misty. If I just have to hold 100 shares in Misty, fine. At least they're going to pay me a massive distribution, and that's fine. However, if Misty decides to go down, right, then I will consider selling another put, right? Another put maybe at the $29 range, $28 range. Or if Misty goes up, what am I going to do? I'll sell calls at $33 or above. Well, what if they get assigned before the distribution? Well, I don't give a crap. I don't. I really do not care. I'm not in love with these shares. They can come, they can go. It doesn't matter to me. I'm here for the options premium. I'm not here, to worry about the distribution. But if you are curious, the next ex-dividend date is January 16th. The next expiration date is January 17th, right? So what does that mean? That means the day before the expiration, Misty will drop by the distribution, okay? So keep that in mind, right? So if you're selling calls, that gives you some type of leverage right there. All right, so anyway, that's the position for Misty. Will I sell calls on it next week? Yes. If Misty's green, absolutely, I'm selling calls. Am I going to sell a call at 33, 34? I don't know. I have to, play it by ear. All right, up next, this disaster. All right, MSTU, I got assigned 400 shares, a 14, a 16, a 17, and an 18. Like I said, I wish I had the 12. It really would have helped my cost basis, but unfortunately, MSTU closed right above that $12 spot. It's all right, guys. We'll figure it out. So my average cost basis, I have 400 shares at $16.25. And you see right here, MSTU is at $12.50. So if I were to sell calls right now at $16.25, well, number one, they probably don't have, that strike price. I know the options chain is screwed up, by the way, and that's only because they had a forward split. Eventually, those will go away. Right now, it's every 10 cents you see a strike, which is very annoying. So I'm trying to keep mine in whole numbers. So I will look either at the 16.50 or the 17 when I'm selling calls. But that's only if MSTU goes up. If MSTU goes down, then, okay, I have to look. What's my lowest strike? 14. Can I move this over and do a 1-to-1, right, and sell it at 14? Maybe. I don't know. It's going to be tough, but I'm probably not going to sell any calls unless MSTU goes up because it's very, very low as compared to all of my shares, even individually. So I'm hoping for a nice recovery in MSTU. In the meantime, I have a put party of $10 put. Obviously, if I get assigned on that, that would help my cost basis. And I'm going to continue to sell puts, but I'm going to limit myself. I'm not going to sell 1 million puts a day. I'm probably going to do just like one a day. Because again, I'm involved with, I'm actually involved with 4 if you think about it. I have Mara as well. I have Mara, MSTU, Misty, and Soxel. So obviously, yeah, I'm all over the place. So I kind of need one to go, right? MSTU, I plan on trading as long as I can afford it. So this one doesn't have to go. Soxel can stay too. I'm okay making money on Soxel. So Mara is probably going to be the one. I'm going to sell calls, at the lowest I can. Hopefully they get assigned and then, I could let those go. But we'll see. That's MSTU. I didn't even get to Mara yet, but we will. Here it is, Mara. All right, so Mara, I did previously have a 100 shares at $23. As you saw, I sold a call at 26, didn't get assigned. In reality, I should have sold a call at 23. Hey, I didn't. What can I say? I thought we were going to get some capital appreciation. But, see, that's why I can't worry about that. Anyway, as far as Mara is concerned, I got assigned another 100 shares, this time at 22. So now my cost basis is lowered to 22.50. It was 23. Now Mara, I'm in a pretty good spot here because Mara's at 1996. So it'll be pretty easy to get rid of these, especially if Mara flips green on Monday. So if Mara goes green on Monday, I'm just going to sell probably going to sell 100 shares, sell a call at 22.50, and then sell a call at 23. Something like that. Right? Will I do it over a day, 2 days? I don't know. I'll have to figure it out. But again, when you're playing at a position where you don't really give a damn about the shares, you can make a lot of premium letting your shares go. But at the same time, you could also make a mistake. Do I have any puts on Mara? No, I do not. Will I have more that I need to think about? Because again, I'm in a lot of positions, and it's not like I'm loaded here. I got like 65K in my bank account. I almost hit 70K too. Almost had that milestone, and then it dropped to 62, and then it went back to 65. But anyway, obviously, I need to be careful. So that's the update on Mara. And that's actually the update on all the funds. So hopefully that made sense. Hopefully we have a good week next week. All right, now, believe it or not, through that rough week, I broke my weekly income record. I didn't highlight it yet. I should highlight it green, right? Green is good. Green is good. So I made $1,058 for this week in options premium. Capital needed for that money, $28,326. Yield for the week, 3.74%, which is really good. That's a really good weekly yield. And that would annualize at, the income would annualize at $55,000 per year. So obviously, can I live off of this options income? No, I cannot. But it's a work in progress. And I was aggressive this week. So that's why I broke the weekly record. And now I'm in a tough position. So I kind of need the market to be green for me to do really, really well next week. If the market goes red next week, I'll be in a tough spot. I will. And I'll have to, strategize on my best moves. But if it's green, I'll be in a freaking amazing spot. I'll be selling calls. I'll be like, woohoo! But again, we'll see. We'll see how the week goes. Again, I don't want to put myself in this position, but I did. So now I have to play it right and get out. Do I still have cash in the account? Yes, I do. I don't know how much. I forget. But I'm not touching margin yet, which is good. If I was in margin, that's even worse, right? But again, I try not to use the margin unless I have to. All right. And I may be getting to the point like if we're red this week, we're red next week, I may have to use the margin. I may have to, right? And obviously, if I get to that point, I got to be super careful. When I'm using cash, I just got to be careful. When I'm using margin on options, I got to be super careful. Why? Well, I'm typically messing with double and triple leverage funds on risky, stocks to begin with. All right, so that's the weekly income update. And then here we go, the hypothetical. 71% was my actual rate of return based on my latest update. However, my average annualized yield has been 252%. And I'm not making that up, guys. I mean, it's right here. If you go here, I think it's picking up all the fields. So obviously it takes the average from when I started this back in February, it takes the average of all those different annualized rates. And that's what I've been averaging. I know it's ridiculous numbers, so that's why I don't use it. And I use the number that, the actual yield that I'm doing based on the last month's income. And that's 71%. So if my account can yield 71%, on an annualized basis, I would only need $314,000 in that account to produce an annual income of $225,000. What is $225,000? Well, that's basically, the comfort level that I would need, that I think I could survive on, and quit my job and retire on options. However, yes, I have other income sources as well. I do have YouTube. I do have my dividend car account. So there are those accounts. But if I'm focusing just on this account, I need to build this account up to 314,000. Say if I want to use just this account for just, to live, and the other accounts I'm just going to reinvest, then obviously this is the number I need to be at. Because you can't just, you can't leave your job when you're just making enough. Because if the market goes down 20%, right, 30, you're screwed. You're done. You got to go back to work. You got to start over, right? You need to be in a spot where you're making yourself a freaking nice cushion where you're going to be backed up even in the worst markets. And that's why, again, I'm trying to build a solid cash position that I, will try to always keep at all times. But again, it's there to be used, of course. So I'll use it as needed as well. All right, guys, that's the end of the video. I know it's been a rough week, so hang in there. I know a lot of you probably got assigned as well, but just come up with a strategy. Build out, what if this happens? What if that happens? And have a plan for it. This was a good week, I'm not going to say good, but it's just a good way, to learn. Things like this have to happen for you to learn. It's not always going to be perfect. We're not always going to get the perfect results that we want. So we need to have a strategy for the worst times, all right? And there's going to be some bad times. So again, we kind of needed a little kick in the ass to remind us like, okay, slow your roll, buddy. You ain't that smart, all right? And this was that week. So I learned a lot this week. I hope you guys did too. And I hope you guys didn't lose money. But anyway, if you did, I really hope you guys make it back. But yeah, let me know how the week went for you in the comments. Are you okay? Did you learn a lesson, or were you prepared for it? I know some people in my Discord, one guy said he had like 75% cash position. I'm like, damn, this he knows what he's doing. And he was in a great spot to sell puts, and I'm jealous. So next time I want to be in a similar position, but at the same time, I want to capitalize on the majority of, the money, the capital that I have there. All right, guys, enough yapping. As always, this is not financial advice. I am not a financial advisor. This video is for fun and entertainment. So hopefully you had fun. Hopefully you're entertained. If not, we will try again next week. Again, this is a weekly video. I hope it helps. I'm sharing my journey. I really love making this video. This is one of my favorite videos to make because it's my own options journey, right? It's not some fund that's trading options. It's me. There's no one to blame but myself in this. So, but yeah, I enjoy it. If you enjoy this content, please hit the like button. If you have any questions, concerns, leave them in the comments below. If you would like to support the channel further, feel free to share this with your friends who invest and don't know about options. Maybe this video, these types of videos help them. I don't know. Some people say the way I talk about options helps them. So obviously everyone's different. Everyone has to learn from different people because some people speak their language, some people don't. But, it varies. But anyway, guys, I just want to say thank you guys for watching. Thank you for supporting the channel. I just hit 20,000 subscribers, which is a huge milestone for me. Obviously, it happened on a pretty bloody red week, but, all good. We'll get out of this. We'll make money, and we'll make more money, and then we'll make more money, okay? Right? We are the options degenerates, and we will forever be making money on options. And I'm happy we're on this journey together. But yeah, again, thank you for watching, and I hope you guys have a great weekend or have a great week whenever you're watching this. All right, later.